Hi, welcome back to Salty at 60. It is for reason where I live at. We are definitely in the dead of winter, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how do we dress for the weather and how do we dress in our ordinary, average lives when we're coping with weather. So let's get into it. So when I was planning last week on what I wanted to talk to you about on my channel, I was like, you know what I really want to do is take a lot of the pieces that I've picked up either, through eBay to film some of the things I've done, and through Walmart and Old Navy for the hauls that I did, because honestly, the way the cycle filters through and trying to do a video every week, I was like, I have not played with my clothes the way that I would like to and just make outfits and just wear them in my everyday life, not in front of the camera. And so I had pulled a bunch of outfits out for 7 days and placed them on a rack, and I thought, well, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to share it with you. Unfortunately, Mother Nature got in the way of that. We had a major snowstorm, and I know that many of you had ice and snowstorms, and it is freezing here still today. The high today is only going to be 4 degrees. No, I think maybe it might be 19 degrees, but it's 4 degrees now. And I have to run out this morning. Again, we're showing you everyday life. I have not been able to make it out of the house for the past couple of days because I've been snowed in and I live in an apartment, and they were slow to get here to clear things out, and my car was just buried. Yesterday afternoon, I did go and unbury my car, and they finally came through and did some shoveling, but I am petrified of falling because the people that have been watching my channel for a while will remember this, that I kind of blew my leg out behind my knee, and it took me, honest to God, like 9 months to recover from that, and I'm still having issues with it here and there, and it's kept me from doing a lot of exercising and walking outside of the home because I'm afraid of falling because it'll catch sometimes. So bearing that in mind, I have to run out this morning because I've got to prepare some food that I will be dropping off tomorrow morning. And that is for a birthday party. And so I have to drop it off ahead of time. And I've got to go out and get some things that I was not able to get out and do earlier in the week. So it's not going to warm up when I leave the house today. So what I wanted to share with you here, how I was going to stay warm, and also my car is old. I have a 2012 vehicle, and it works great. I don't have any issues with it. However, in the wintertime, it has reached that age where it takes a while for my heat to really kick in and get going. So I'm going to have to sit in that cold car probably for a good 10-15 minutes before it even warms up. And because it's been sitting for like a week now, it's going to give it time to warm up. But I want to think, how am I going to dress so I'm not freezing just sitting in the car? Now, my errands, I'll be running indoors to things, so I'm not worried about that as much as just sitting in my car and freezing for the next 10-15 minutes at 4 degrees. So what I have here on today is one of my older Quince's buys that I purchased, probably maybe 3 years ago. This is the half zip. It's in merino wool, and I just put this dove gray t-shirt on underneath. Nothing fancy, nothing great about it. I thought about doing another scarf or something interesting on here, but I'm not going to add a lot of jewelry. I don't have a lot of jewelry except for earrings because I'm not going to be able to see it, and nobody's going to be able to see it. So I left all that off, just kept it simple. Paired this with a pair of my J. Crew jeans. These are a boot cut. But what I wanted to show you was I chose these shoes that I had purchased, I believe 2 years ago, from Vivaia. These are made of 100% wool and recycled materials in the calf. Super warm, but the reason why I chose them is my fear of falling. Look at the bottom of this tread. It is amazing. I am hoping that this will give me more confidence and to walk out, because ice is everywhere. I'm looking out my window now. Ice is still everywhere. So this is what I'm going to wear. I've got the boots on here. Hopefully you can see them. These are so nice. One of the reasons, the one thing I do not like about these boots is they can be hard to get on. And I have been wearing, since my leg injury, some compression socks because I went through a period of just swelling. And so I have compression socks. These are knee-high compression socks. So I'm going to be pretty warm with these. And then here's what I'm planning to do for my outerwear. Okay, so here what I chose is this maxi Berber coat because of its length. That was one reason. And the other thing is it had enough room in it to contain, you know, me wearing double layers here underneath. And also when I'm sitting in my seat in my car, because it's a maxi length, I'm going to get a little bit more warmth. And when I'm running in and out of the store, if the wind is blowing out there, I will also get a little bit extra warmth. Now, I have this really cute plaid scarf that I have shown you in other videos that I'm probably just going to tie around my neck here. There's a face in there somewhere. And of course you can leave it up around there, your head if you want. I'm just going to wear it like this. Nice and toasty. Keep the chill out. I can't see what this looks like here on camera right now. But this is what I plan to wear. And then I've got these nice riding gloves. These are not my warmest gloves. However, it's really difficult to drive with anything else thicker than this, the driving gloves. So these will work for me. They'll be perfect. And the other thing I wanted to mention, I thought I might have brought it in here, but I didn't. I grew up in this area, and back in the day, we used to have a lot more harsher winters. And one thing that I learned is although I may not be wearing a hat or a scarf or gloves, I keep them with me whenever it's dangerously cold temperatures like it is, because you never know if you were to get in an accident, if you were to have car trouble, or somewhere where you may have to walk a little bit of a distance to get help, you know, or just get out of a danger zone. So I give you that tip. If you live in a cold area, you always want to have things in your car for emergencies. So I've got to take off now and I've got to get going so I can get back in time to do my other job. We'll talk again. Good morning, ladies. Today is another day of having to brave the cold this morning. It is early. It is still icy. I made it through yesterday perfectly fine, but I wanted to talk about, before we get into what I'm wearing here today, I am so excited for today. I have been growing my hair out for 2 years now, growing out the dye and growing out this really short pixie haircut that I had, which I'll pop a picture of that up here if you are new to my channel. This has been one painful time to grow out my hair. I had no idea, even though I had read a lot on it, that it would take this long. My hair days have been nothing but, for the most part, bad. And for whatever reason, when it turned cold, my hair, all the curl has been falling out of my hair as well. And I don't think it's because my hair doesn't feel heavy at all, so I don't think that's what's pulling out the curl. And my niece, who is also going to be cutting my hair today, yes, I'm finally getting it trimmed today. I have been looking forward to this day. The reason why I did not trim it before this is because it was so short, especially here on the sides, that I couldn't get my hair to pull back. And if you are a woman who has ever worn your hair short for any length of time, like myself, I have been wearing my hair short for years now. And just the feeling of my hair on my neck or it falling into my eyes was driving me crazy. So I was like, no, I need more length so that I can at least pull it up while I'm doing this grow out. So today is the day where we start trimming it again. And I'm really looking forward to talking to her about, she suggested it might be the hard water that I have here where I live at. So I did buy some hard water shampoo, and it's almost kind of stripping to the hair. So I've only used it once, and she recommended that I only use it about once a month. But that is my plan for today. So again, I have to leave the house early because she's about an hour's drive away from me. And everything will still be frozen out there. Today's weather is exactly like yesterday's. It is going to be a high of 19, and it is about 4 degrees right now. I think it's a little after 8 o'clock in the morning. So let me show you what I have on here today. So I just had to adjust the camera a little bit so you can see my whole outfit here. you know, the whole point of me doing what I was going to do a whole week's worth of clothing for is I really wanted to pay attention to my winter clothes, things that I had not had the opportunity to really get in there and wear. And one of them is this favorite plaid velveteen pair of pants that I had originally purchased from Talbot's 3 years ago. And on one of these frenzies of cleaning out my closet, I got rid of it. And I mourned those pants so much. And then I found them again this fall around Thanksgiving, and I ordered them again. So they're not new to me, but they are new, and I cannot believe they were still carrying those. But anyway, it's like the black watch pad, which is my favorite, and it's soft, they're warm, and that's why I chose to wear these today. And also because like I said, I just want to get into my clothes and wear them, not for the camera, not to be stylish, but just in my everyday life here in winter. And I paired these with these Fly London boots that I had picked up, I believe, maybe a little bit over a year ago. And they're just like a Chelsea boot. But again, the tread on these are outstanding. I'm not going to be slipping for the most part on just little patches of ice. So I feel pretty confident about that. And then for the top, this is just an Amazon turtleneck. I usually don't wear black up close to my face, but I want it to be warm. And so let's see what I did as far as the outerwear. Okay, so what I went with today was just a simple navy blue puffer jacket. It does reach past, it goes under the bum, so it'll still be okay for the seats in the car while the car warms up. And I added this really cute plaid scarf that I had purchased. I don't know how long ago I've purchased this. It's been in my closet. It feels like years. Anyway, I love it. I don't wear it with all of my outfits, so it's still in really great shape. I didn't want to tie anything fancy because I know that once that car warms up and I'm in the middle of that drive, I'm going to want to undo that from around my neck just because I'm feeling pretty closed in already. Here's what I wanted to share with you. I had forgotten when I went out yesterday, because it's been the first time in a couple of days, that the only sunglasses I had in my car were almost opaque glasses, so they were not good enough for the glare with the sun coming off of this snow. So today I have got my handy little cheap green rimmed Aviator glasses from Amazon. Love these. They should do me perfect in the car. So I wanted to share those with you, and if I can still find them, I'll put, you know, a link below for those. And then I wanted to share these really cute plaid gloves with you. I bought these from Amazon maybe 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And what I loved about them, if you are a lover of plaid, that's why I'm going to share these with you. These came in a pack of 3 or 4, because there's some that are, like here you can see there's like an all green, mostly green background with some red and black in it. The other gloves have different colors. They're red mostly. I mean, they'll still have a little green or a little blue running through them, but they're all a little bit different, and it depends on what kind of plaid you like. And I like them because they're just like a nice slim glove that you can put on. It's got the little finger thing for your phone, and it's just really, really nice to wear when you're driving. So I wanted to share that with you today. So I will see you on the other side of this hair trim today. So wish me luck. So it is day 2 of the hair trim. As you can see, it's looking a lot better. A lot of the dead ends were cut off a little bit. Some of the dye was cut off. And I did get a rinse to take down that brassiness a little bit. So I'm very happy with it. And I'm going to pop some pictures up here of me getting my hair done so you can see what it looked like when she first did it. It was just beautiful. And the funny thing is I wanted to talk about hormonally something has happened to my body, because I did mention earlier in the video that I was losing all the curls in my hair. And my niece, I just freaked her out when I showed up and she looked at my hair. She said, "Oh my God, your hair is a completely different texture." You would have to know that all my life I've had seriously, seriously curly hair, and it was coarse as well. What is growing back on my head these days, it's very, very fine. Now I still have a little bit of a kinky coarseness in the, underneath in the back, but it's totally changed how my hair is growing out. And so we talked about that, and she said, you know, I think it would be best if you just try to, we get it to the certain length, so get it to fall right, but you're going to have to learn how to style it different as straight hair and fine hair. And I was like, oh, geez. And that is what I've been struggling with this last month. But interesting, and the reason why I say I think this is hormonal is because she does work with hair. She's been a beautician for like 15 years now, I think. And so she does know how things can change in the body. And I actually had a doctor's appointment 3 weeks ago. It was a follow-up visit for this small lump that I had found in my neck, which I'm fine. Everything looks good. But she had complete blood work done up on me. So when I went back in for my follow-up, she, you know, of course, she wanted to know if I had any questions. And I said, something weird is going on with my hair. My hair is turned completely straight. And she just looked at me like I was crazy, and and she looked at it and she goes, yeah, it looks very fine and nice. I said, well, I always had coarse curly hair, but she made that observation as well. So anyway, I guess I'm going to have to switch this up, and then hopefully when we have more humidity in the summer, I can obviously, you know, start to wear it a little bit more curly, because that is what feels natural on me. So I'm beginning to feel a little bit like the weather girl, because I start each one of these little segments and outfits with what the weather's like. It is very, very cold here again today. It was -1 below last night, or at least by this morning. And it's not going to warm up much again. And following on that, now there's a big storm coming into like the Carolinas, and you know, we are above that. I'm in the mid-Atlantic. I am sandwiched right between West Virginia and Pennsylvania. I'm that skinny, skinny, skinny part you see on the state of Maryland. So we got so snowed in here. Everything's ice encrusted. And now we're hearing that there is going to be another, there's going to be a huge Arctic blast again, because it's supposed to get really windy starting this afternoon and tonight, with wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. And then we're going to get another whole week of this. So we are in a deep freeze here. And so I wanted to show you in this next outfit what I wore today. And you'll see, you know, I've got the sweater on here and why I chose that. And so I forget my train of thought, what I was getting ready to say about this. Oh, so today, my day is, I am going out. I have to go to the post office as soon as I finish filming this. And then I will be here in my office all day editing this by the time you see this. So it's mostly going to be an indoors day, except I do have to make that excursion. And I also have to get my trash taken out because it's building up because of the weather. And so I got to take care of that. So I want it to dress warmly. So here you can see that I have put on this beautiful fisherman's sweater. This is from Quinn's. It is 100% organic cotton. Very thick, very heavy. It's a little bit too big for me because I ordered my normal size, not really realizing this was already oversized. So it is pretty big on me, and it's a boxy fit. It's got the slits up the side. And then I have on these favorite Everlane pants, jeans that I had purchased. And I cannot get enough of the Everlane jeans. I am just in love with that denim and how it fits me. And if you've noticed throughout all the outfits that I've been showing you here, I'm not styling things to look the most stylish. I am styling to stay warm and to keep my feet from slipping. And true to form, today I have put on these booties that I purchased from, I think they were called Bzees or Bzees. I'm not sure how to pronounce them. These are shearling lined. They have a nice tread on the bottom. And that's why I chose these today. So I know all of this might like look a little bit like, hey, I've seen this before. That's what this is about. How do we dress in our everyday life when, you know, we want to look nice, but we do have to pay attention to the weather. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at some other outfits that I filmed. This is how I had started my week. We're almost going backwards now. How I had started my week before the storm hit. And I had managed to capture 2 days of outfits before my schedule got blown out. So let's take a look at those. So we're starting out here with another fisherman sweater. This is in an like a dark ivory color. And again, I've got those Everlane jeans on. I tried to do a little tuck here. It's such a boxy fit, and I'm learning how to style this cut of a pant and this more boxy style. I don't think that I necessarily nailed it here, but I will be warm. This sweater is so, so heavy. This, again, is another 100% organic cotton sweater. It is thick and it is substantial. And I tried to do a little, add a little scarf just to maybe give the outfit a little bit more interest, but I don't like the way that I tied it here. But again, I have the same shoes as I have on today, which is those Bzees or BGs or whatever they're called. And I raved about them in my last video, but I will put a link to them as well below. And this is just, an easy, simple outfit. Okay, so we all have those lazy days, ladies, when we don't feel like putting on a pair of pants. We don't feel like getting dressed. That's what I'm wearing here today. I have on these elastic waistband knit pants that I purchased from Lands' End like 3 or 4 years ago. They are the oldest pair that I've had. They've held up so well, so I do highly recommend them. And they're just in a boot cut. And what I did was I put on a t-shirt underneath just for the extra warmth. And then on top of that, I popped on this burgundy half-zip sweater from Quince. I love this. It's in a merino wool. And again, very simple. I just put on some burgundy sneakers because I really didn't even feel like leaving the house. It's getting cold, and I was just in one of those moods where I'm like, I don't want to go out. So we all have those days, ladies. But as you can see, I did make an effort by putting on the sweater to just kind of, jazz it up a little bit. It's like one step above a pair of joggers. I stayed comfortable because that's what I wanted that day, with a t-shirt and elastic waist pants and sneakers. And so this is just a simple look. I'm going to be working on for this week coming up. I still want to do that 7 outfits and me kind of playing in my closet, because that's just sort of where I'm at. You get tired of buying new things, even if they are new used. And I just want to start really, really playing and styling those clothes that I've picked up since fall. Now, some of them, I can no longer wear because they're just not going to be warm enough. But I think that's how we hone our style. I think that we, the more familiar we get with our outfits and mixing and matching the things that are in our closet, that's where we start getting really happy with our closet. And it's also where if something is just not working and you cannot style it because you're missing a certain piece, then it really doesn't belong in your closet. And so that it's going to be a win-win no matter what. So I am going to do this faithfully next week, every morning. I don't anticipate any weather events for this week coming up. So hopefully I can get that done for you. I'm still learning. That's the whole reason I started my channel, is I was in a low place. I felt lost. I, was getting ready to turn 60 at that time. And I was like, I don't even know how to dress anymore. And I've really discovered a love of learning about style and fashion. And it was just one of those things that my younger person had no time for. I just did not have time for it. And it wasn't a priority in my life. I had a sort of uniform that I kind of wore to work, and I pretty much looked like the rest of my peers. And, casually at home, I didn't buy anything specific. Casually at home, I just ran around in jeans and a t-shirt for the most part. So that is why I built this channel, so we can all grow our style, own this part of our life, become the women we want to be. And yes, become. Our journey is not over. As long as we are breathing and living, we have a journey to complete. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please click like and subscribe and help me grow the channel. And I will see you next week. Stay warm.